In the narrow alleys of Yuanlong, the afternoon light reflects off balconies and hanging laundry. Every day, Becky walks the same path home. The road bends, dips, turns. She has walked it so often that her feet remember it better than her eyes. To others, it's a simple routine. To Becky, it is practice, a way of memorizing the world before it fades completely. Becky was born sighted, like everyone else in her family once was. But in this family with a hereditary degenerative eye disease, vision is never guaranteed. At home, Becky lives with her father and brother under the soft hum of electric lights. Their conversations, sometimes quiet, sometimes sharp, circle around the same question: how does one prepare for darkness? Her father's answer was endurance. Even if your eyes fail, life must go on, he always says. He could still see when Becky was born, but soon lost his sight and could no longer work a regular job. He taught himself new skills, repairing small appliances, fixing what he could by touch, determined to keep supporting the family. Her brother's answer was defiance. Her brother was born with weak hearing. In his 20s, the same fog began to settle across his eyes. As his sight began to fade, he took up running, joining race after race, determined to keep moving while he still could. His father told him to stop. You might as well spend that time learning a skill you can still use after you go blind, he warned. But her brother refused. He wanted to use the last of his vision, not on survival, but on purpose. And Becky stands between them, the daughter caught between discipline and freedom. She sees truth in both. When Becky was young, she was the only one in the family who could see. She learned to care for her father, her brother, her entire family, reading medicine labels for her father, cleaning the house, preparing meals. 10 years ago, her vision began to blur. Now, at 40, Becky lives within the same inheritance, with only a trace of sight remaining. These days, she listens more than she looks. Voices reach her through a small glow of a screen. Messages from coworkers, from friends, from volunteers helping her adjust to a new rhythm of life. Every sound now has become a way of seeing. Though her sight has faded, she still cooks for the family, buys groceries, and makes sure the lights are turned on every evening. No one in the family can see them clearly anymore, but they can still feel the glow, the familiar warmth of home. When Becky leaves the stillness of her home, another kind of world begins. Louder, faster, harder to navigate. She holds onto the handrail as she walks down the stairs, feeling for each step before taking the next. She moves carefully around the construction cones that cut across the tactile path. She pauses at the edge of the subway platform, careful not to let her cane slip into the gap between the train and the platform. Her eyes still look normal, and in a city that never slows down, few notice when she hesitates at the curb. So she keeps walking, at the same pace, even as her vision fades into a thin film of white. When the world outside grows too loud, Becky retreats to her desk and picks up the brush. Calligraphy, slow, deliberate strokes that demand both precision and surrender. The brush moves in ink, in silence. Writing becomes a meditation between control and acceptance. But even this act, so peaceful, carries a cost. Every stroke strains her eyes, hastens the blur. Still, Becky returns to the desk each night, because in the rhythm of brush and ink, she can still feel what sight once gave her. For Becky, resilience isn't about hope. It's living to the fullest, in spite of pain, a quiet insistence on finding life within the blur.
可能会这样，但是
I wouldn't call myself an optimist, she says, just someone who keeps going. There's courage in that, not in hoping for light, but in learning to live without it. Her father still does repairs, even when the appliances change faster than he can learn. Her brother still runs, now with someone holding his hand. Becky still goes out every day, her cane leading her through the familiar paths she's memorized by heart. Between them lives endurance, defiance, and a quiet, unyielding will to continue. The future is veiled, but in the mist that clouds their sight, Becky and her family keep walking.